Welcome to the Producer Show on WLTK-DB Talk Radio. This show is designed to bring you up to speed on the latest shows, showtimes, station updates, and most of all, see how all of you are doing out there. Sit back and relax as Todd fills you in on the latest and takes your live questions about the station, his book, his life, or just to say hello. Now, let's get started. And hello and good evening, one and all. My goodness, welcome to the Producer Show. Sunday already. The weekend has flown by. Anybody else have that feeling? It just kind of zipped by. Craziness, all kinds of craziness going on. Now, today's show. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Keith. Hi, honey. My Sherry's able to watch. The first thing I wanted to start with is some sad news. A lot of you are aware of Logan Jacobson no longer being with us. I've had several questions and emails, outreach. It's the support has been amazing for his mother, Christina, his father. There's just so much support from all of you. His show was great. He was curious. Now his questions can be answered, and may he fly with the angels. He's going to be missed around here. The time slot that program was on from 9 to 10 p.m. Central is what I call ghosted. It will no longer be filled. It will always remain Logan's spot for the paranormal room. And that's just the way it is. And, so be sure and reach out to Christina, give her some good positive vibes, some good positive healing. She's been through a lot. She's really been through a lot. So make sure you reach out. Hey, John, my old friend, John, good to see you. Now, one thing I wanted to show you guys, I kind of did this without putting it in the newsletter. I don't have time to sit and do a proper newsletter for you fine folks, and for that, I do truly apologize. I try to get them out as often as I can. I did redo the website, took the audio off and turned it into video. Hi, Courtney. I wanted to bring that up and show you real quick if I can. Just the difference. If you may have noticed, some of you guys watching here, this will explain some questions. Okay. Now, what I did, instead of listen, it says watch. As you'll see, all the audio players are now gone from the top and bottom of the website. Okay. So you can either watch live here on the website, or you can click watch here, and this just simply opens the watch page when it's finished. That's why you do the Producer Show, folks. You guys get the latest updates. But with that is what the changes will be. It's going to be all video. And while I'm up there, I wanted to get this out there as well. Logan's Celebration of Life. That's going to be at Broadhead Manor on May 20th of this year. That's going to be at 12 p.m. I put the link for all you fine folks right there in the comments as well. If you wanted to attend or send some messages through there. So be sure you check that out as well. It's going to be a Renaissance kind of fair. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's his celebration of life, what he would have wanted. Now we'll get this out of the way. One of these days, I will get as good as Barnaby Jones with that. With sharing the screens and everything. He is a whiz when it comes to that. But so the website's now full video for you guys. What we encourage you to do to watch the shows is to go to our YouTube channel. Everything is under WLTK-DB, all social media. You can go to our YouTube channel, which is what we recommend to watch. They are designed better to watch, like because a lot of you guys watch on mobiles, so make sure you go to the mobiles. Use your mobile. It uses less. So we always encourage you to go to the YouTube channel, and watch there if you're on the mobile. Lower prices on the station store. Want to get that out there as well. Oh man, I'll tell you one thing. Shipping these days is insane. It is absolutely crazy. Have you guys, any of you guys experienced any higher shipping rates, anything like that? Because the shipping rates, now I lower the prices to help balance, but the shipping rates are unreal. Unreal. But there's ways to lower them, and you guys can do all that at your checkout and everything. I just wanted to warn you ahead of time so you didn't think, my God, they charge. It is the supplier. We go through a supplier, and it's print on demand. So, but a lot of the stuff there is very reasonable, folks. Very reasonable. It's not $75 to ship a blanket or anything like that. It's very reasonable. So be sure and check out the shop while you're over there at WLTK-DB.com. There's a lot of cool things in there. Now, for the good stuff, the new shows coming up, and some time changes. We've got some changes for you coming up next week. Next week is the debut of Haunted Locations in 60 Minutes. Now, that's going to be hosted by Nick Sarlo and Diana Henry. And what they're going to do now, the first episode, they're going to showcase Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. And they're going to do this in 60 minutes, tell you about its history, their findings, their conclusions, all of this in 60 minutes. Now, that's going to be on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. You can check the schedule on the website, WLTK-DB.com. That's where you'll find all the latest show times and fun stuff like that. Pardon me. Now, that debuts March 15th. So we're talking next week, folks. It's going to be a cool show. So be sure and check it out, and give a big shout out to Nick Sarlo out there. He's been working hard. He did all the production for it. A lot of great work went into that show. Now, the next one we have, this one and the story behind it, my goodness. Soul Guidance, that's SOLE Guidance. This is going to be hosted by Rodney Blount, and it's a guided journey, a spiritual adventure, and he takes you through step by step. What he does is takes you from the very beginning to what you are now, to what you're going to be, to what you can become, all of these different, everything step by step. He'll guide you each step. And note the name Soul, SOLE. So it is a soul journey, the way he takes you. So this is a series you need to watch from the first episode. Of course, you can go back, catch all the replays, and I'll get into where you can find those here in a moment. But you can check it out live. Always find it on YouTube. but it takes you step by step is what I like, and I'm going to learn a lot from this show. This show's going to be amazing because I've been kind of working on getting in better touch with my spiritual self. And everybody has a spiritual self. Some people cover their spiritual self. I'm trying to uncover parts of mine. And these programs help me. They're helping me they're guiding me in the right direction I need to go. And it's real important to recognize that and move forward because there's so much inside of us that we can really let go, but it's how we let it go and how we don't take it back. And that's what I'm learning. I'm learning to let go, don't take back, uh, all kinds of great things from these shows. And of course, all the ghost things too. Aliens, those are coming. Those are coming. I've got some ideas, folks. Don't worry. Those kinds of shows are coming for you. But be sure watch out Soul Guidance with Rodney Blount. Now that debuts March 22nd at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays. So you're going to have on Wednesdays 6 p.m. and then again at 7 p.m. And a lot of you folks who are fans of the show, my goodness, it just blanked. Goodness, so many of them. If you're familiar with the show that is there prior, that was there prior, Living Transformed. Help me out here, Courtney. Courtney would know. Seeing Beyond Living Transformed. I apologize for that, folks. It's been a long one. Seeing Beyond Living Transformed, it's moving to a new time. It's moving to a new time. It was from 6 to 7. Now it's moving to 9 p.m. Wednesdays. 9 p.m. Wednesdays. That's going to be moving. That's Seeing Beyond Living Transformed. That's with Kelly Eckhart, Cheryl Murphy. That's going to be moving to 9 p.m. That starts next week. So mark your calendars for that. That starts next week. 9 p.m. Central, of course, 7 Pacific. And we have got oh Lord. So with all those changes coming about, and with my awesome assistant Mike Hatcher, there's going to be some changes around the station as well. I'm no longer accepting programming right now. Slots are full, about as full as I can take here, folks, because Mike's going to be going back to his seasonal job. So we're going to be taking it easy, putting the brakes on a little bit, letting things settle, letting the new show settle in. And then we will release the hounds once again. But there's been a lot of great talk that I wanted to get to from you guys, a lot of great support of how often we go live and how many shows that we are consistent with. I just want you to know, and I know I can speak for all the hosts. If any of the hosts are listening, my goodness, please comment in. But it's a labor of love. It really is. We all enjoy what we do. We all love our jobs. Hi, Joe. We all love our jobs. And I don't think anybody loves their job more than I do. I mean, where else can you go to work, meet some amazing like-minded people, learn some amazing things, front row seat, front and center, learn things before their broadcast? Who wouldn't love that? So it's something I enjoy to do every day. And it is a lot of work. Sure. I mean, if we compare apples to oranges and so forth, sure, there's work involved. There's events. There's all kinds of different craziness. You've got events that need to be made. You have the advertisement from there. You've got the host advertising. You've got so many different things going on. Then you prep for your show, but it's all natural. When you want to do it, it's natural. So that's why it's real simple, especially to host a show with us because a lot of these things are done for you, but it's the people. It's the family that we've become that make it all worthwhile here at the station. We're just all one big happy family. And Christina, God love her. These are the best people to work with. I'll be back tomorrow night with Be the Change. Yes, you will. She's going to be coming back tomorrow night. She does return. Be the Change, 8 p.m. Central. So make sure and check that show out. Watch that show. It's an amazing show. Christina's come such a long way, and it's so beautiful to sit back and when these hosts first came in, it's been amazing to watch them grow into very fine individuals, very very good hosts, very inquisitive hosts, and it's a tough world. There's plenty of room for all of us, but it's a tough gig. It is. It's a tough gig doing this, especially when you're alone. You don't have anybody to bounce anything off of. You've got to say what's at the top of your head a lot of times. You got to be quick-witted at times. You've got to be semi-entertaining. It just depends on what the show's about. This show's about information about the station. A lot of you guys tune in and watch to get station updates and so forth. And it's a lot of fun. I get to see you. Uh, I'm always behind the curtain. Mike's always behind the curtain. I'll get him on here with me one of these days, and we'll do a Q&A or something, have some fun. But it's always me behind the curtain, and Dead helped me a lot. Christina helped me a lot. Stephanie helped me a lot to come out of my shell and to be more open with everyone, to get to know everyone, to introduce myself to everyone. So I'm slowly doing that, and it's very hard for me. I'm like I said, I'm a shy introvert. It's very difficult. But if I didn't have people in my corner like my Sherry, I wouldn't have the courage to do what I'm doing. And I have come a long way. Those of you that have read my book know that I've come a long way, and I've overcome some pretty amazing obstacles and have a station and all this fun stuff. And it's a blessing. And it's a blessing to have each and every one of you attending the shows, saying hi, sending in your feedback, what you like, what you don't like, all of it, the good, the bad. We've had it all, and it's all good feedback because it helps us become what you want. We're here for you. Without you, we would have nothing. We'd all be sitting here talking to ourselves. And this way, we have a well-rounded station, which again, I want to correct. We are a station. We're not a network. Okay. We don't house other shows. All of our shows are live and original through the station. Hi, Michael. But without you guys and your support through so much since the beginning, since this was built, we made it through COVID. We started out super small, and I want to keep it super small. I don't want it exploding. I don't want it huge at the moment. It's not in my opinion. Now I could be wrong, everybody, and I've had a lot of psychics tell me otherwise as well. that it can explode, and it has the ability to explode, and it may, but I don't think I'm ready for that just yet. Close, very close, not just yet, not just yet, because right now I like the family. I like the family atmosphere. I always wanted to be that way. Um, I like having time to interact with the host, with the viewers, with the listeners, and I'm afraid if it escalates like that, folks, I'll lose track. I'll lose track of quality. I'll lose track of what I normally do. So I may just keep it as is. And I wanted to talk with you guys about that. Do you want these kinds of changes? Do you want this to go into the hands of someone that could change things in a good way? Or do you want this to stay more the way it is, the small mom and pop kind of thing? I'm curious of what you think. Curious of what you think. And what you got here, Jessica? I'm almost done with the book. I've read it out loud for my husband. He's the reason I haven't finished it fast. He wants me to wait for him to come home from work to read it. Oh, to finish it. That makes me feel so good. That makes me feel so good. I'm glad it's touching you. I'm glad it. Anybody that reads that book, I consider them a friend, because anybody that can endure that, that first first book, um, anybody that can endure that, I consider them a friend, because they know all of me. There's no there's no hiding in that book. There's just me. And it's short. It is a quick read. I will say there's more coming. I am in the works of a second one. It's a lot more detailed. A lot. It's got some funny parts. It's got some good stuff in it. Um, that's in the works. I'm still working out a few kinks on title wise, um, as well. So, but the first one, I've had nothing, and I'm so blessed, and I have cried like a baby over this so many times. Whenever I get a new one, or see a new one, or see somebody that's read my book and has been touched by it and can relate to it and knows what it feels like to be in a situation like that, because it's a tough place to be, and it's a tough thing to go through. But with discipline, I've learned you can accomplish anything. You really can, no matter what the obstacle. You may think that obstacle's too big. It's not. It's small. It's all in your head. And still learning to get through those. I'm learning to deal with severe anxiety, folks. I'm a very anxious person. You can ask my Sherry. My God, there's times I flop like a fish when I talk to her. It's terrible. But I'm getting control over it. I'm getting some assistance for it, and it's helping. So we all have roadblocks. We all have hiccups. We all have things we have to overcome. Just know that there's a way to do it. There's a way. There's discipline. It's just a matter of starting it, and it works. It works. Oh, Jessica. relates to him with inmates and stuff and what you went through. So it touched him. Yeah, it relates to, that book relates to those on both sides of the bars. It relates to law enforcement and it relates to law enforcee. Yeah, relates to both sides. And I like that, Keith. I say what the heart says and see what the soul says. That is beautifully said, my friend. Beautifully said. Oh, you guys are amazing. I can't thank you enough. And I wanted to say before I close out here, 'cause I only do this show for about a half hour, 45 minutes or so, unless you guys have any questions, which if you do have any questions, any final questions, post them there in the comments. I'll get to them. But I get a new shipment of books in tomorrow. You can get your signed copies there on my website, toddmichaelbates.com. That's just the easiest way to do it. I mean, they're cheaper and you get a signed copy. And you can also find them on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Apple Books, fun places like that. It won't go to Walmart or Target or anything like that because it's a self-published book. They don't accept self-published books. But you can find it, on those locations. All the locations are listed on the website, toddmichaelbates.com. I've revised the website a little bit over there for you, added some new reviews, added some new interviews. Some of the latest book interviews are on there. I'm just waiting on one more to come in. I had a great one yesterday on Small Town Tales podcast. It was so much fun. I had an absolute blast with CL Thomas. She is an outstanding host, and I'll be putting that up on the website for you as well. But and yes, you did, Jessica. She won hers, and you are most welcome. I remember that with the birthday. Never forget that. That was fun times. But be sure check out the show schedule over there at WLTK-DB.com. Look at all the latest changes as well. Browse the website a little bit. There's a lot going on there. There's a lot of different things on the schedule now. Get used to the new schedule and be sure and download the station calendar while you're over there as well. I've changed that a little bit too and made it easier for you. If you want to download it or sync it with your calendar, just click on the sync button and it syncs it. Or just if you're using our mobile app, just click the subscribe, submit, and it will sync with your calendar there on the mobile app. So it's real easy to get to, folks. It's a cool calendar. Danny did an awesome job with it. It's got the latest shows, and I think he is updating it, and it's going to have the newest shows on there by next week for you. So we'll have everything set for you by Monday, starting off with School Through Spirit, 9 a.m. You guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Enjoy your Sunday. I'm going to go enjoy mine with some peach tea and honey. Yeah, it's going to be a good thing. Have a good night, folks.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.